Phil, stepdad Chris, and brother Jameson. Ian is the second year varsity outfielder for the Apaches. Ian also serves as our 8 p.m. youth team and will be attending the University of Oregon next year. Ian has been part of the Apache baseball program since he was a little guy, as he was regular at our summer camps growing up. As Apache through and through, his energy and excitement at Arcadia will be missed. He lists his favorite memory as being on his bus ride home from TV after winning for his sophomore season.
Yay!
Next is 34, Brandon Meehan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful Giambrone field located right here in Arcadia, California. I'm Giselle.
And I'm Lawrence Sung.
And we are the announcers for today's great matchup between Crescenta Valley and Arcadia.
Thank you all for tuning in to today's live stream, and we're excited to bring you another live stream of today's CIF Southern Section game. Going into today, we know CV and Arcadia have one of the biggest rivalries of the Pacific League, with Arcadia having an 11-0 record and Crescenta Valley having a 10-2 record. We know we've got confident teams on both sides, but what's going to be the key to winning today's game?
Well, you know, this is actually going to be the very first time these two teams will face off this season, so they may not be as seasoned with each other as they might have liked. However, Arcadia's defense and offense is locked and loaded. Brandon Nguyen, Mikey Easter, and Alex Dolan have all been helping lead this team to a fantastic record.
Not to mention that they're all batting over 400. And the Apaches today are starting this game in full force, as Casey Spencer will start on the mound. The San Jose State commit has had an impressive record, going 8-0 on the season and holds a 1.58 ERA. He's got the speed and movement behind his pitches that make him somewhat unhittable.
Things are looking good for Arcadia as we, knock on wood, have not lost a single game with him starting. Starting for CV is Noah Maddox, the Glendale Community College commit. This will be his second start against an Apache varsity team, as he took the ball 2 years ago when these two teams faced off. He's got a lot of confidence as he has defenders and hitters behind him 1 through 9. Another big CV name to look out for will be Jameson Ferrero, as he can hit fastball 88 miles an hour and has a huge bat to help this lineup.
Going back to what we mentioned earlier about that heated rivalry, there's more on the line than any other game for these teams today. Arcadia is currently first in the Pacific League, and CV is right behind them at second. So all Arcadia needs to do is pull out a win today, and they will be able to secure a full league title for the second year running.
You know, we did some research, and dating back all the way back to the 2015 to 2016 season, these teams are tied with a tied record at 4 wins and 4 losses. We're looking to break the tie today, and we know both teams are going to come out with full force and a high energy.
All right. Giselle, looks like the game will start in quite a moment. We might have some other things to cover, but do you have any last words before we send it down to the field?
You know, I think I can speak for everybody here in these stands that we are so excited to watch these teams face off for the first time in over a year. We know the energy is going to be high, and the bats really have to come alive early to try to knock each other's starters out. We definitely know that this is going to be a ball game to remember, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Stay tuned as we will have live coverage of Crescenta Valley High School taking on our very own Arcadia Apaches. Now let's send it down to Clara for more.
Hi everyone, my name is Clara Montenegro here with the head coach of your Apache team. Tonight is the CIF Southern Section game of the Crescenta Valley Falcons taking on your very own Arcadia Apaches. Coach Lehman, you have a great group of boys this year, as you do every year. You have 8 seniors. Tonight is senior night. It's very special for them. What message do you want all of your seniors to have as they enter the next stage of their life, whether it's baseball, not baseball? What message do you want them leaving here tonight with?
To enjoy the moment, just to soak it all up. I mean, we talked a little bit this earlier in the week about, playing for last year's group that didn't get this opportunity. This is always a fun night. We'll see what the crowd looks like tonight, but normally it's packed and a lot of excitement. And, those guys last year they didn't get that opportunity. So, these seniors, it's a really good group. And I just told them to just take it all in, enjoy it. Okay, it's a memory that they're never going to forget. So hopefully it goes our way, but hopefully they just compete their butts off tonight.
Definitely know we're all expecting some great competition. Crescenta Valley is a big rivalry between the two. You go back 2015, you guys' records are 4-4, both of you for wins and losses, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a really important game. Your record is 11-0. You have Casey Spencer pitching on the mound tonight. How much confidence do you have going into tonight's game?
I mean, we have a ton of confidence when Casey takes the mound, and our offense has been doing really well. So as long as he's throwing strikes to get ahead of hitters, again, I'm confident in our defense. I'm confident in our offense. So I feel good, and it's reassuring when you got a pitcher like Casey on the mound.
Yeah, most definitely. The last baseball game that we streamed prior to the COVID closure was against CV, and it ended in a dog pile. Do you think we can repeat that same momentum going into tonight?
At the end of the game.
We'll talk at the end of the game. That's it. You guys have it there. Thank you so much, Coach Lemus. Good luck to the boys. Make sure you stay tuned as we have coverage of tonight's CIF Southern Section game of the Crescenta Valley Falcons taking on your Arcadia Apaches. Thank you.
So this is Alex Dolan.
We have number 24, Ari Narhadi.
Brandon Nguyen, number 34.
Number 8, Casey Spencer.
Daniel Chavez, number 13.
Number 11, Devin Eskridge.
Harrison Myers, number 37.
Hunter Victorio, number 17.
Jack Esquera, number 9.
Number 14, Julian Eskridge.
Lance Wong, number 2.
Number 3, Matthew McIntyre.
Mikey Easter, number 28.
Number 51, Zachary Huerta.
I said my girl, she Anthem after we take it. We're ready?
Your attention, please. Welcome to Arcadia High School for this evening's baseball matchup between the Crescenta Valley Falcons and the Arcadia Apaches. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. On the mound for the Arcadia Apaches, number 8, Casey Spencer!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, our Apaches are about to take the field right now, and on the mound we have Casey Spencer, starting with a 1.58 ERA. He's committed to San Jose State, and we're looking forward to watch him play.
So as our Apaches are practicing, Giselle, what do you feel like our team's chances are? I know it's a pretty close game. It seems like it's going to be a pretty close game, but what do you think?
Honestly, we all know this is going to be one great game, but if Casey Spencer is on his game and all of our bats are coming to alive early on, we have pretty good chances of beating this Crescenta Valley team.
All right, I'm hoping that we beat them. Cross our fingers.
Leading off for the Falcons, number 11 is center fielder, Rowan Especial.
Alrighty, and to lead off for the Falcons is number 11, Respencio. He will be starting in center field. And we are on our way with the first pitch of the game. Casey Spencer, a shot right to the first baseman and a diving catch by Chavez. A great play right to start off the game on a good note.
Now on your TV, the pitcher number 20, Noah Maddox.
Already right here we have number 20, Noah Maddox, and we mentioned earlier that not only can he pitch, but he can hit. He watched a strike one go by on the outside corner, making his count. No balls and one strike. He takes one below the knees, making the count even, 1-1. Lawrence, let's talk about that first play of the game. How does that help the momentum just in this first inning?
You know, I think that first play, hopefully it'll give our Apaches enough motivation. Hopefully it's a good omen that will lead to our victory.
Once again, that was a great piece of hitting by the leadoff, number 11, Respencio, but just a great play to keep him on his toes, our first baseman by Chavez. And that is a deep fly ball to left field, but the left field seems to be under it. And that will be out number two, for these Apaches.
Now batting to the Falcons, number 18, the first baseman, Luca Cadero.
Now up to bat for these Falcons is number 18, Cuneo, the first baseman.
Oh, right, the ball is going.
And that lands in foul territory, almost hitting a few spectators.
Yeah, my heart was racing right there. Hopefully no one gets hit.
And that was a soft grounder. Hopefully Spencer can get there in time, and there it is. That is a 1-2-3 inning to start off this game for the Apaches. A great way, a great motivation, and great momentum to get this game going. Already we're in the bottom of the first inning, and a great 1-2-3 inning to start off this game by the Apaches. On the mound for the Falcons, we have number 20, Noah Maddox. We know that he's committed to Glendale Community College, and he has great stuff behind his pitches, so we know that he is going to pitch one great game. And now to bat for leading off for the Apaches is number 34, the left fielder, Brandon Nguyen.
Brandon Nguyen has a sweet swing, and he's a third-year varsity member. He's got loads of power from that left side. And he hits at any speed.
First pitch is foul in territory, and everybody's going after it, and it falls in foul territory. We mentioned earlier that Brandon Nguyen is one of the top hitters for this team, batting over 400 and definitely helping lead this team to victory. Maddox delivers an inside pitch right at the knees, making his count fall 0-2. The payoff pitch right here to Brandon Nguyen, and it is fouled straight back. A great job by Brandon Nguyen to just keep him alive. And that is drilled to the right side. And caught right by the right fielder on the warning track. A great job by Brennan. Doing a great job just getting the bat on the ball with the 0-2 count.
Great energy though, right? You know.
Up to bat, we have number 1, the second baseman, Alex Dolan. Alex Dolan is another one of those hitters doing a great job keeping the bat on the ball and just putting the ball in play and being one of the top leaders in batting averages for this team. What's that to the third side, maybe using his speed to get down the line, and he is barely out by a step.
Now up to the catcher, number 28, right.
Batting cleanup for this Apache lineup is number 28, Mikey Easter. He's starting behind the plate. And once again, we have another one of those players who is batting over 400, maybe even over 500, to really help this team in this lineup. Coach Nick Lemus really loves his power hitters, so putting these three in the top of the lineup really sets the mood for this whole game. And he takes the ball high, making his count 1 ball and strikes. There's another ball delivered by Maddox. Maddox has honestly been doing a really good job, only facing 2 batters, but has retired both of them in a row.
In addition, he's a third-year varsity player. He's a Hawaii Pacific commit, and he's overall the best hitter on the team. He's also a smart player with a high IQ.
A 3-0 count, and that is ball for the very first runner for this entire game.
Now batting for the Apaches, number 14, the right fielder,
Hitting for this Apache lineup is number 14, Julian Eskridge. He's starting in right field and has honestly been doing such a good job in this lineup, considering that he's a transfer.
Yeah, he's a first-year Arcadia player and a Chico State commit.
He takes strike one and off speed on the inside corner. We've been seeing a lot of change in speed by Noah Maddox, this Falcon pitcher, really just keeping the Apaches on their toes. Maddox delivers his second pitch to this hitter, and he takes another ball. Sorry, the first ball of his count, making the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Maddox delivers, and that will be strike 2 on the outside corner. Maybe the umpire is expanding his zone just a little bit, as that looked a little bit outside, but his count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'm telling you right now, it seems like CV and Arcadia, it's going to be a pretty long game. That's another attempt at a steal, or
pickoff attempt by the pitcher Maddox to the first baseman. Julian Eskridge really has to battle right here. Anything close, and there he goes, right up the middle, and they will get the hard out at first base. You can see the second baseman fielded that right in front of second base, which honestly might have been the easier play to just step on second, but instead he took the long out at first. Not quite a 1-2-3 inning by the Falcons, but just enough to get out of that inning. And at the bottom of the first, we are tied at 0-0. You know, I'm not sure if many people out there know this, but the Falcons and Apaches will actually face off again on Friday. So really only having a 1-game difference and playing again at CV though.
So whichever team loses is going to come roaring back with a vengeance.
It's definitely going to be a fun game to watch those two teams battle it out again for the almost second day in a row. But we're excited to see who's going to start on the mound, and maybe if the Apaches and the Falcons are going to roll the dice, they may start their number 1 pitchers again, but we're willing to see.
Once again, this is a very, very important game. Whoever wins this, if Arcadia pulls the win off of this game, you know, that's another Pacific League title for them.
And you know, we talked about earlier, these two teams, this is the very first time that these two teams have faced off this season. And you know, of course in other years, they're usually one of the first teams to play each other, but just right now, you know, many people may not think that not playing each other isn't that very serious, but you know, from a player and coach's perspective, there are so many new players who could have joined either team within these past 2 years, and there's so many pitchers and new improvements that each team could have improved on. So how can that really affect these players?
I think honestly, you know, especially given the pandemic and the lack of games and the lack of I guess experience that has been afforded, that you know these teams could have gamed. You know, they're coming into this game with really very little knowledge of each other.
Exactly, and that is one of the biggest factors for this game. Now to bat for the Falcons is number 22, Ferrero. He takes strike 1 inside. The second pitch of his at-bat. It's another strike, almost the exact same pitch to Ferrero, really rolling the dice to pitch him back-to-back. Oh, 0-2 count, and he takes high and outside. Casey Spencer so far has been doing a really good job of dominating his pitches and has a lot of control with his arm.
absolutely nailing it.
And that is the payoff pitch. Ball in the dirt, and he swings at it, and that is the drop third strike, and they get that out at first. That is 4 batters in a row that Casey Spencer has retired. Now to bat number 21, Velis. He is starting behind the plate, and he takes the first ball, making us count 1 ball and no strikes. He takes ball 2 inside. And that will be the first strike of his at bat, making the count 2 balls and 1 strike. And that is grounded to the first base. It should be a very easy out, and that is 5 in a row by Casey Spencer. This is exactly what Arcadia needed to have Casey Spencer on his game, keeping the batters off balance. If he keeps up this game, we will have a very good game, almost maybe 0-0, as soon as our bats can come alive.
Remember that key to winning the game I was talking about earlier?
Exactly. One of them was to...
Basically, Casey Spencer right here. He's the foundation to this entire team right now. Winning, of course.
Now to bat for the Falcons is the left fielder, number 15, De Leon. He takes strike 1 at the knees, making his count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Number 15 for the Falcons almost just chops at it, just trying to keep himself alive. Maybe not the best swing by him, maybe not the best pitch selection, but helping out Casey Spencer with his pitch count, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, an off-speed pitch just to get number 15 swinging, and that is 2 innings in a row where he has gone 1, 2, 3. A great job by Casey Spencer, the San Jose State commit.
I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Who y'all? I swear it feels like the last 2 nights. Been everywhere and back, but I just can't remember it all. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm living life right now, man. This is what I'm doing. It's over. It's over. It's far from over.
Leading off to the Apaches, number 13, the first baseman, Danny Clara.
Right, we got up to bat Danny Chavez, number 13.
And he gets nailed right in the back on the first pitch. Definitely sparking some things in the dugout, but maybe just that momentum and that energy can carry out into the field and definitely get some things going with these bats.
Number 3, the shortstop, Matthew McIntyre.
And now to bat for the Apaches is the shortstop, number 3, Matthew McIntyre.
He's a second-year varsity player and a veteran one at that. He's having a great hitting season as well. And he's got lots of range when he's being a shortstop.
You know, as we just mentioned, he's having a great season so far with the bat. Really hoping that this is the time where hopefully some things can spark on the bases. Just putting the ball in play, hopefully not getting into a double play. And that is deep, and that is down in the 5-6 hole, and that is a base hit for Matthew McIntyre.
Now ready for the Apaches. The DH number 21, Arcadia.
And now up to bat for the Apaches is number 24, Ari Narati. Right now the Apaches have had the most base runners on so far in this game. Ari Narati has a lot of power coming from the right side, hopefully doing some things, at least just advancing the runners to make this a runners on second and third with no outs or one out. And he bunts an attempt to do that, and that is fouled back. He shows bunt again, just trying to advance these runners. And that is a pickoff attempt at second base, a close call. Great job by number 13, Daniel Chavez, just doing his best to get back on the base. Narati showing bunt again. He pulls back and takes ball low and outside, making his count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. He shows bunt, really trying to keep the Falcons defense on the toes, whether it's a pullback or really advancing the runners. And that should be deep enough to advance them. A high fly ball to center field, and no tag by Chavez on second base.
Now batting to the Apaches, number 11, the center fielder, Devin Eskridge.
Now to a bat for the Apaches is number 11, Devin Eskridge.
He's a first-year Arcadia player. He is the taller Eskridge brother, but he is 2 years younger. He is
Right now we've got runners on first and second with only 1 out, hoping to at least advance the runners to make this a nice hitting chance for the last few hitters and the top of the lineup with Brandon Nguyen, Alex Dolan, and Mikey Easter coming up. Really just the power. No pitch by number 20, Noah Maddox. Eskridge's count remains at no balls and 1 strike.
Maddox is definitely using everything he's got in that toolkit to make sure the Apaches don't advance.
That is a line shot in the gap, and that will score at least 1, maybe even 2. And we're going to be scoring 2, and this is a 2-0 ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with a shot line drive it into the gap.
Wow, that is simply amazing, Giselle. Absolutely amazing.
You can definitely hear the energy in the dugout and in the stands. You're always getting goosebumps from how many people that are here.
Absolutely stunning. Definitely a good sign for our Apaches.
No, honestly, that was just a great piece of hitting by number 11, Devin Eskridge. Really just trying to put the bat on the ball and making things happen, because good things happen when the ball gets in play, and that is a grounder to the shortstop, and that is past the first baseman. Runners are going to advance to third, and the Apaches have first and third with only 1 out. That is definitely going to be a huge error by the shortstop.
I think those last 2 plays are really going to cost Crescenta Valley. You know, even though the Apaches just have 2 runs, it's those little slip-ups can mean the difference between a win and a loss in this game.
You can see the Falcons coach trying to go out and talk to the team, trying to hope that these 2 hits, these 2 last plays are not going to cost the team the game.
Yeah, once again, a lot is on the line for these teams.
And now to bat for the second time is number 34, Brandon Nguyen. Brandon, in his first at-bat, had the deep fly ball to right field, almost at the warning track, almost having a leadoff home run. Nguyen is really just a key hitter for this lineup, hoping to do something good with this situation right here. He's got first and third with only 1 out. And honestly, right here, a ball in the gap if he can, or just a deep fly ball like he did his first at-bat can be almost a game winner right there. That is no pitch by Maddox. And you can definitely see the Apache dugout being super hyped up. All this energy is just coming to them, and that is definitely being the biggest momentum in this game so far. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner, making his count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think just even comparing the energy to these 2 dugouts right now, CV is silent almost.
And you can definitely see it everywhere, not even just in the field or on the dugout. The amount of people in these stands right here is crazy considering what we've been through. And you could definitely see Crescenta Valley fans isn't into the game right now, but these Arcadia fans are definitely up on their feet. That is fouled straight back. Making his count 1 ball and 2 strikes. He really just needs to protect here. His last at bat, he had 2 strikes on him also, but just drilled that ball. But the right fielder was just able to get under, so hopefully he could do something similar here. Maddox delivers. And that is a deep fly ball to center field. Definitely going to be tagging. And that is an easy RBI for Brandon Nguyen and an easy run for these Apaches to make the game 3-0 just in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Now it's a bat for the 2nd time as well. It's Alex Dolan, the 2nd baseman. In his previous at-bat showed bunt and got the bunt down, but was not able to beat it out, even though he's got great speed. We're excited to see what kind of power he can show right now with a runner on first base and 2 outs. A pickoff attempt by Maddox. Definitely a huge amount of pickoff attempts just in this inning alone. He shows bunt again, and the runner is going, and he's going to be easily safe sliding in there. But a great job by the Falcons catcher to just keep that ball in front of him and making sure that runner does not advance 2 bases or even more. A big swing and miss by number 1, making his count 1 ball and 2 strikes. really just trying to protect as he now has a runner in scoring position. Maddox delivers the payoff pitch. And that is a ball outside and off speed, really just trying to keep Dolan here on his toes, making sure he doesn't drill one, even with a high count of 1 ball and 2 strikes, making it now even at 2-2. And just a protective swing by number 1, doing a great job. Even though that wasn't his favorite pitch, he really just doing a good job by fouling it off to keep himself alive. He takes ball high and outside, making his count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. You know, we mentioned earlier about how busy these crowds are, and you can see just a little bit, like right here, you can see just the amount of people in the stands, just in the left half. How does this energy help the team during this game?
I think especially given that it's you know, I think that gives our Arcadia fans a lot of motivation to come out and really cheer for the team.
Alex Dolan got on base by a walk, even falling behind with a 1-2 count, but was still able to be selected with his pitch and then get on base. And now up to bat for the Apaches is number 28, the catcher, Mikey Easter. He delivers the ball, an off-speed pitch on the outside corner. And you know, we said earlier, Mikey Easter is probably one of the best overall hitters on this team. And right now, he's got a chance to prove it with a runner in scoring position and a runner on first with 2 outs. And the umpire calls out a strike, definitely getting some chatter from the Apache dugout. You can see on your screen right now that he has a .471 batting average, definitely leading this team. A big swing and miss, making the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that is drilled down and just foul, maybe even just by a few feet. That definitely would have been quite the hit with probably 2 RBIs. If he can just straighten that out, now he has 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really just trying to be productive and doing something here with his situation with runners in second and first.
Even as a Hawaii Pacific commit, you know, he'll be traveling far after he graduates, but, you know, any team that gets him will be very fortunate enough to have him on their team.
A great eye by Easter, number 28, taking the ball low and inside. He makes his count full at 3-2, really just trying to be protective here, making something happen, putting the ball in play.
Yeah, Maddox cannot screw anything up right now.
A big swing and miss by number 28, Mikey Easter. And at the end of the bottom of the second inning, we have a ball game here, folks. The Apaches are leading 3-0. A great job by the Apaches, just keeping the hits alive, putting the bat on the ball, making strong contact.
keep up this kind of performance, you know, we're looking at that Pacific League title for Arcadia High School.
And you know, you can see more and more people are starting to fill up these stands. Almost no more room on both of these sides. You know, you got all different types of teams from CV coming here. You can see a lot of football girls. And over here, you can see a lot of baseball boys and a lot of different athletes here.
Definitely high attendance. But I think if we just look at the decorations on these stands, you know, on the Arcadia side, we have senior night posters everywhere here. You got the balloons and the streamers and whatnot. The other side, not as decorated, which could be contributing to
And now up to bat for the Falcons is number 16, the right fielder, Pinar. Spencer delivers a ball low and outside, making the count 1 ball and no strikes. Spencer really doing his job so far, just keeping the batters on his toes. And he delivers a strike. He's really throwing hard right now. Definitely using a lot of different speeds to keep these batters off balance. Delivers strike 2, making the count 1 and 2. Spencer has been doing a really great job so far, getting ahead in this count early and definitely using his stuff to make sure that these hitters do not make as great a contact as they might like. And number 16 is hit by a pitch, even with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now to bat for the Falcons is number 7, the third baseman, Dano. He takes a fastball low in the dirt. Great job by Easter keeping that in front of him to make sure that the runner on first does not get into scoring position. He takes the ball outside, making the count 2 balls and no strike. Definitely one of the more awkward counts he's been in so far. Just as a reminder, we've got a Falcon runner on first base. The Apaches are just doing their best to try to keep him at first. And that is chopped foul to the third base, making the count 2 ball and 1 strike. And you know, as we mentioned earlier, there's definitely many athletes in these stands. And another obvious one are the CV softball team at their CV side. And just to give a little bit quick shout out to our very own varsity softball team, they just played and mercied Burbank 12-2 and will be playing CV on Thursday for the league title. It's fouled off to the track. And just a little side note, our girls beat Burbank 12-2 and CV lost 6-5 to Burbank. So things are looking good for these Apache girls.
I think just Arcadia sports all around is, you know, we're doing really well, especially during the pandemic season. I mean,
exactly. Our very own softball team is actually 11-0 and sorry, not 11-0. They've only had 1 loss in league. Number 7 is retired, swinging and striking out. And now up to bat is number 2, Terenzi. He takes ball 1 low and outside, making the count 1 ball and no strike. The Apaches so far have 1 out, They're facing the third batter of this inning, and we still have a runner on first, so Spencer is really doing a good job of keeping that runner there, making sure that nothing too extreme happens. And just a reminder that the Apaches are currently up 3-0. And just in one swing of the bat, the Falcons can make this a one-run ball game.
Exactly. Arcadia has to keep that 3-point margin, or at least a 1-point margin.
And that is chopped to the left side and in the 5-6 hole. Not the hardest hit ball by the Falcons, but definitely just enough to get past the third baseman and the shortstop Matthew McIntyre, who was already cheating towards second base, trying to get that force out.
Yeah, the CV fans right here are starting to regain their energy.
Up to bat for the Falcons is their leadoff hitter, number 11, Respecio. Just a reminder, if you guys missed it, Respecio in the very first pitch of the game hit a super hard line drive to the first baseman, but our first baseman, Chavez, was just able to dive and get the first out of the game. And that is going to be dropping in front of right field, and they hold up the runner at third. A perfect throw by the right fielder to home plate, to Mikey Easter. Definitely doing a great job to keep that runner at third. And the Falcons right now have bases loaded with only one out. These Falcons are starting to get on Spencer just a little bit, but hopefully Spencer can just keep them on, to keep them off the bases and make sure that this ball game does not get tied, or even if the Falcons take the lead. Spencer delivers a great off-speed pitch on the inside corner to number 20, Noah Maddox, which is also the pitcher for this game. He takes ball one outside, made the count even at 1-1. Maddox here definitely has a big name for CV and in the baseball world as being one of the very few pitchers who can also hit for power. So we'll definitely be able to see what he can do here with a bases loaded one out opportunity. He takes ball two outside. Great job by Spencer, not letting the situation get to him and still pitching his best stuff. And that is in the gap, and Brendan Nguyen is right there, and he drops it, but they will be able. And the Apaches are saying a lot of confusion on the base path, because we are seeing that Brendan Nguyen, the left fielder, dropped it on the transfer. And there's definitely a lot of chatter and arguing from the Apache side.
Yeah, tensions are definitely raising right now.
Right now we're seeing a lot of confusion if things are playing out how they were played. This is now a 3-1 ball game, and there's a force out at third. And there will be a runner on first and second. The umpires are getting together. Right now, we are definitely seeing that Brendan Nguyen dropped it on the transfer, but all the umpires are saying that he dropped it and it is not an out.
Yeah, it's definitely confusion out here in the crowd. Kind of hard to tell what actually happens there.
None of the Apache staff is happy with anything that's going on. Right now, the CV stands are cheering, and we're still confused on what's going on as the umpires haven't made an official statement.
You know, in a game like this, every call matters. So
Exactly. This could be the make it or break it call. And right now, even Crescenta Valley is getting their voices raised.
the tension, not to be cliche, but the tension is palpable here.
All the Apaches are still confused, as well as the CV Falcons. And the umpires still have not made an official statement as to what has happened.
Giselle, what do you think it was? Did you get a clear shot on that? A clear judgment on that?
Honestly, I was too excited of what was happening and I wasn't really able to see, but based on the crowd's reaction, I'm assuming that he dropped it on the transfer and there would be a force out at third and it would only be first and second with 2 outs.
Yeah, especially given that the bases were loaded, so much energy going around that
the umpires are made an official statement, and Apache coaches are definitely not happy. And right now, they're saying that it was not a force out at third, and we are still at bases loaded.
booing and shouting from the Apaches. CV is ecstatic.
You can just hear the crowd right now booing all of the umpires. The Apache coaches definitely are not happy, screaming and yelling, throwing their helmets across the dugout. Huge confusion by everybody on the Apache staff, trying to explain to the umpires that there was definitely a forced out at third.
After the game, we're definitely hear that sort of thing, or the umpires were
All of these Apache players are coming together to trying to make their statement, backing up Brandon Nguyen, who originally made the play. Right now, the CV fans
and there's loud booing.
Coach Nick Levis is definitely getting his money's worth out here, arguing with every single umpire on the field. I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but you can see that he is definitely fired up. Right now, Mikey Easter, the catcher, is trying to explain to the umpires that it was definitely a force out and there should not be bases loaded right now and there should definitely be first and second with 2 outs. Every Apache coach is definitely still getting their money's worth, yelling at every single umpire. These Apache fans are really being on our side. We got booing and shouting and stomping their feet on the bleachers.
There's more weight on Casey Spencer than ever to make sure that the Falcons do not advance, do not gain a single run.
And right now, Coach Malik Lemus is pulling his team together, trying to calm everybody down from the fiasco that just happened.
8 for 20. I hope that's a rule, but how many outs and what's the score? We got 8 for 20.
I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but the umpires even arguing with every single every single parent in the stands right now. Nick Lemus is about to go talk to the umpire once again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, the situation we just had was bases loaded with 1 out, a pop-up to the left fielder who seemed to have dropped it on the transfer, but the umpires called it a pure out. And we throw it home And right now, the stands are definitely on their feet, chanting stuff like the ump sucks and
Coach Lemus actually stepped in to stop the chanting of the ump suck by the Arcadia fans.
There's a grounder to the second baseman, and that is just getting the force out at second. A little bobble by Alex Dolan, the second baseman, not being able to play as they might have liked to end this inning, but just getting enough to get the force out at second. And now up to bat for the Falcons is number 22, Ferraro. As we mentioned earlier, he's definitely one of the key players in this lineup. Being able to pitch and hit. And
steal base.
And the Falcons have now gotten second and third with 2 outs. Right now we've got a 3-2 ball game. The Apaches are still leading by 1 run. But this whole situation is crazy and allowing the Falcons. And this ball game is tied. We've got a tied ball game, ladies and gentlemen, by a base hit to left field by Ferraro.
Arcadia must be livid right now.
Giambrone number 21, Emilio Miller.
Now up to bat for the Falcons is number 21, the catcher, Vilas. He takes his first strike, made the count, no balls and 1 strike. He takes a second strike on the outside corner, making the count no balls and 2 strikes. Spencer just trying to do his best to keep his team in the game, especially after all the stuff that has happened so far. And that is deep into the gap. And a great attempt by Brendan Nguyen, the left fielder, diving and jumping, and they're looking to get the out at home, and they cut it off. And that hits the umpire. That definitely would have been a great play at home, probably getting him out, but that hits the umpire.
Again, Arcadia is livid.
That was a deep fly ball into the left center gap. A great attempt by Brendan Nguyen, jumping and diving, but just couldn't hang on to it as he hit the floor. If you guys couldn't see that, Brendan Nguyen dropped the ball off of a great play, threw the ball in, and it was a great throw on the line, probably getting the runner out at home, but it hits the umpire instead, and now the Falcons are leading 5-3. Now to bat for the Falcons is number 15, the left fielder, De Leon. And that hits him on the first pitch of his at-bat. Now to bat for the Falcons is number 16, Pinar, who got a walk his last at bat. You know, the Falcons are really taking advantage of everything happening so far. Not really working on the Apache side, and that is a chopper to the second baseman. And that is an easy force out to second. A crazy inning.
No, absolutely nuts, everything that's been going on.
In case you guys missed it, we had a whole 10-minute fiasco with the Apache team getting the force out, but not getting the force out in the end. And another play where the left fielder throws a perfect ball on the line to home plate, but it hits the umpire, and that causes 2 runs to score. So now the Falcons lead 5-3 in the top of the 3rd inning.
At this point, like, just I think freak out instead of be up by 2. Otherwise, I think these teams would be pretty balanced.
But then again, that really is just the game of baseball. You have to work with everything given to you. And right now you can see the Falcons are definitely using it to their advantage. We're excited to see how the Apaches will bounce back right now. They've definitely got some fire in them now. And we'll see how that will transfer to their bats.
All right, we got Noah Maddox on the mound for Crescenta Valley.
Leading off for the Apaches, number 14, right fielder, Julian
Now to bat to start off this inning after everything that has happened is number 14, Julian Eskridge. Maddox delivers a ball in the dirt. This Apache stand is definitely hyped up on their feet for every pitch that is being thrown.
And Arcadia is going to need every ounce of that audience morale right now.
And that is drilled and a single in the 5-6 hole. A great job by Julian Eskridge, putting a lot of power behind that ball, getting right past the diving third baseman. And now to bat for the Apaches following that base hit by Julian Eskridge is number 13, Daniel Chavez. Chavez got hit by the pitch, his last at bat. Going back to whatever Julian Eskridge just did, a great piece of hitting by them. A great piece of hitting by him, really doing his job and adding to the momentum given by these Falcons and Apaches. He takes ball 1 high and outside. Maddox attempts a pickoff by the first baseman. We're definitely seeing the Falcons use a lot of pickoff attempts just in these 3 innings. He watches ball 2 back in the dirt, making his count 2 balls and no strikes. A perfect count for a perfect hitter. Really just trying to find the perfect pitch.
Yeah, but CV's definitely going to use, everything they have, every special throw they have, everything in the toolbox to make sure that they keep that 2-run margin.
The Falcon coach trying to calm his team down.
Yeah, none of these teams can afford to let their nerves get the best of them. They need to have, they need to be on their best game right now.
And just in the third inning, the Falcons decide to take out their starting pitcher, Noah Maddox. And we're looking to see who they just put in. And now we see the Falcons have decided to put in number 22, Jamison Ferrero. We mentioned earlier that he is someone who can throw his fastball up to 88 miles an hour. A great piece of a pitcher to go against this Apache roster. What you guys are seeing on your screen right now is a replay from one of the plays that happened just last inning. Jamison Ferrero ready to come in as a relief against this Apache lineup. The first batter he will be facing is number 13, Daniel Chavez. Just to let you guys know that the Falcons decided to take out Maddox in the middle of Chavez's bat, making Ferrero come into this game already with a 2-0 count. They attempt to pick off as his first throw of the game. Takes a ball, making his count 3 balls and no strikes. Right now he's just looking for that right pitch that he just needs to drive. And he calls that a strike. Definitely looked a little high and inside, and making the count 3 balls and 1 strike. And he takes ball 4 in the dirt. We now have runners on first and second with nobody out. And now to bat is number 3, the shortstop, Matthew McIntyre. He's had a great season with the bat so far. Hopefully using some of his power and speed to make something happen here and hopefully get this game a little bit closer in runs. He shows bunt. The first baseman is right up in his face. And that is fouled off to the racetrack.
The crowd is definitely amping up their energy in anticipation for this next play.
Ferrero delivers to McIntyre. And a big swing and miss by Matthew McIntyre, making his count no balls and 2 strikes. McIntyre here really just needs to hit a hard ground ball through the infield. As we have runners on first and second, and the Falcons have a force out at any base. Payoff pitch, and that is in the dirt. Once again, a great job by the Falcons catcher, keeping that ball in front of him at a decent distance to make sure that these runners don't advance to scoring position. Ferrero delivers to McIntyre. And that is chopped to the third base and over the third baseman's head. And the third base coach holds him up. Great job by Matthew McIntyre, getting enough height on that ball to get right over the third baseman.
Bases are loaded right now. Arcadia has a chance to pull ahead of CV.
And now to bat right in the perfect opportunity is number 24, Ari Narhadi.
This is another make it or break it moment for Arcadia.
Now Narhadi isn't playing on the field, but there is a reason why he's the DH today. Really going to use his power right here. Hopefully he can clutch up and make something happen. And he takes ball high and outside, making his count 1 ball and no strike. The whole Apache dugout and Apache fans are on their feet right now, waiting for something interesting to happen. And that is to the second baseman. And that will be a double play turn by the Falcons, but scoring 1 run, making this a 1-run game. And now to bat, we have number 11, Devin Eskridge. Right now, the Apaches have a runner on third base with 2 outs. Hopefully they can put this run across the board to make this game tied. He delivers an off-speed pitch off the outside corner, making the count 1 ball and no strike. Devin Eskridge right here really just trying to put the ball in play, doing his best to get this ball out of the infield and out of the air to the outfielders to hopefully score this run. And he takes ball 2 in the dirt, making his count 2 balls and no strikes. And his count is now 3-0. Ferrero has thrown 3 balls in a row. And right now, he should really be looking for his perfect pitch to just drive somewhere. He takes strike 1, making his count 3 balls and 1 strike.
Line it up.
he watches strike 2 go by, and now the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner on third base. He really needs to protect right here, and the last thing we need, and the last thing he wants to do is to strike out, not giving himself a chance to score this runner on third. And a strikeout looking on the outside corner. Number 11, Eskridge is definitely confused by that call.
Even with all that has been going on, you know, the score, you know, CV has 5, Arcadia has 4. Still a pretty close game. Any one of them could pull ahead. All it takes is one slip up.
Leading off the CV, number 7, Jacob James.
And now up to bat for the Falcons is number 7, Dano, who struck out his last at bat. He takes ball 1, making his count 1 ball and no strike. Casey Spencer, the San Jose commit, is still on the mound for these Apaches. And he just is continuing to show why he's still out there, blowing one pass by number 7, making the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And another big swing and miss by number 7, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spencer still doing a great job at using his command of the pitches, and continues to do so as number 7 fouls the ball straight back. Spencer really isn't letting these past innings get to him and is still continuing to do a great job for these Apaches and help lead the team. And a close pitch delivered by Spencer, and he calls that a ball, making the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Definitely getting a lot of commotion in the dugout. And a big swing and miss at a high fastball. Spencer doing a great job and is continuing to retire these batters. And now to bat for the Falcons is number 2, Terenzi, who got a base hit his last at bat. Spencer delivers, and that is a ground ball shot into the 3-4 hole, and the right fielder makes no attempt at getting him out at first. Great piece of hitting by Terenzi. So far this game, he is 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. And now to bat for the Falcons is their 3rd time around this lineup, number 11, Recencio. Recencio so far 1 for 2 this game but he's making strong contact, and that is another one, but that is a high fly ball to the right fielder, and he's under that to make the second out of the inning. Respecio, though, number 11, the leadoff hitter who just hit, making great contact all 3 of his at-bats. And now up to bat for the Falcons is number 20, Noah Maddox, who is still in this lineup after being taken out of the mound. Takes ball 1 low and outside, making the count 1 ball and no strikes. You know, and in all realness, Maddox, the batter right now, did his job on the mound, keeping the Apaches in the ball game, but also keeping the Falcons and helping them lead on the batter's box. And that is another ball outside. Definitely getting a lot of commotion from the dugout once again. And that is lined straight back, making the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Spencer delivers, and that is fouled back to the track. Spencer, as we continue to say, because he deserves it, that he's doing a great job in this ball game. Really doing a great job controlling these Falcon hitters. Even though he's let up 5 runs, some of them partially were not his fault. And as of we know, his ERA is still pretty low. And that is a strikeout looking by number 20. Getting the 3rd out of the inning and definitely adding on to that strikeout list.
Yeah, Casey Spencer really holding it strong still.
Number 51, Zach Huerta.
And to lead off for the Apaches in the bottom of the 4th inning is number 51, Zachary Huerta. He takes ball 1 high, making his count 1 ball and no strike. And on the mound for the Falcons, who just got put in last inning, is Jamison Ferrero.
Zaku Horta, he's a second-year varsity player, fantastic fielder. He's got flashy glove work, and he's not tall, but he makes up for it with glove and contact hitting.
And that it looks like it's going to be dropping, and that is a base hit for Zachary Herta to start out the bottom of the 4th inning. And now up to bat for the third time is number 34, Brandon Nguyen. Brandon Nguyen has had quite the game in left field and in the box, making great contact each of his bats. Hopefully continuing to add on to that stat.
Definitely showing off that batting average of 407 in this game.
He takes ball high and outside as the first pitch of this at bat. He takes strike 1 on the inside corner, making his count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. His very first at bat, he had that deep fly ball, but the right fielder was just able to get it on the warning track. His second at bat was another deep fly out, but was able to get an RBI off of that. A pickoff attempt, almost throwing the ball away, but the first baseman was just able to make contact with it. Nguyen here is really trying to look if he can at least advance the runner. And that is dropping a base hit by Brandon Nguyen. That pitch was an awesome pitch, almost eye level, but was able to get on top of it to line it to left field, barely bouncing fair. And right now the Apaches have first and second with nobody out.
In the instant replay, you're seeing that amazing hit by Brandon.
And now up to bat for the Apaches is number 1, Alex Dolan. Dolan is one of the top hitters in this lineup. Hopefully he's able to do something here, at least advance the runners or maybe score a run by using his bat and speed to make something happen and put the ball in play for this Falcon defense to fold under pressure. Goes bunt, and that is chopped foul. Dolan here attempted to bunt his very first at bat, actually got it down, but just was not able to beat it out, even with the great speed. Ferrero delivers to Dolan, who shows bunt and gets it down, advancing the runner. But they get the force out at third, but it didn't seem that the Falcon third baseman had control of the ball with that force play.
It seemed like he dropped it.
And right now the umpires are getting together for almost the third time this game, trying to see it, because from our point of view, that definitely dropped on the floor.
Yeah, it seemed like he dropped it, right, Giselle?
Exactly, but the umpires got together and made the official call that he is out at third. A great job by Dolan to get that bunt down, but an awkward play for the third baseman.
It just seems like all these calls are going against Arcadia. They're not turning out in Arcadia's favor.
And
it's
right now,
bad luck for Arcadia.
Right now, the Apaches have first and second with 1 out, basically replacing the runner. But right now, we have one of the best hitters on this Apache lineup, Mikey Easter. He's got a lot of power on the left side and is looking to do something here. And he calls that a strike. Definitely, once again, getting a lot of banter from the Apache dugout. His count stands at no balls and 1 strike. And he calls that strike 2, and making his count fall behind at no balls and 2 strikes. Easter here is definitely one of the key hitters for this lineup, and is definitely looking to do something. And that is a grounded to the second baseman and bobbled. But he is still able to get that out at second, but is able to advance the runners from second to third. And now up to bat for the Apaches is number 14, Julian Eskridge. He got a base hit his last at bat and is looking to add on to that, hoping to at least get this runner on third to score to make this game even.
Apologies for that. It seemed like it was just second and third that were loaded.
He takes the ball 1 from Ferrero, making his count 1 ball and no strikes. The Falcons catcher calls time to go talk to his pitcher. But just looking back at that play a few minutes ago, if the umpires would have called the force out at third safe, then we would have had bases loaded. With that hit that just happened in the bobble by the second baseman, that definitely would have scored a run and make the score even. And they intentionally walk Eskridge to face Daniel Chavez, the number 13. The Falcons are definitely taking their chances with number 13. Daniel Chavez is actually 0 for 0 this game, but is hit by a pitch and got a walk. So right now the Apaches have bases loaded with 2 outs, looking to face Daniel Chavez.
It finally has a chance to flip this game in their favor.
He takes ball 1 outside, an off-speed pitch by Ferrero. We've been seeing quite a few of those. Some of the players are definitely making quite the good contact. And Ferrero gets ready to deliver second pitch to Chavez. Remember, we have bases loaded with 2 outs, and that is fouled straight back to the track. Definitely making good contact with it though, just looking to straighten it out. His count stays even at 1-1, and he takes strike 2 on the low and inside corner at the knees, making his fall behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Ferrero delivers to Chavez, and that is chopped up the middle. And that is an easy play for the Falcons shortstop. A great inning by the Apaches with their bats, but just couldn't seem to get that run across the board. And the Falcons are still leading 5-4.
Leading off the 19, Luca Pinero.
And to start off for the Falcons is
I'm gonna go.
and that is fouled straight back, making his count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And now up to bat for the Falcons is number 18, Cuneo. And that is fouled off high to the third base side and just out of play.
For a moment, I thought it was going to hit the APN crew we have on the side.
He now falls behind at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spencer delivered a pitch, and that is a soft chopper to the shortstop, seeing if he can beat it out, and he does. Really used his to beat out a soft chopper to Matthew McIntyre at short. And now up to bat for the Falcons is the pitcher number 22, Jamison Ferrero, who is actually batting in the cleanup spot. A pickoff attempt by Spencer. Casey Spencer is still doing a great job holding the Falcons up, and he hits Ferrero off with an off-speed pitch. And honestly, this has been a back and forth game. Both teams have been getting runners on base with nobody out. Both teams are doing a great job getting on each other's pitchers, and right now the Falcons have runners on first and second with nobody out, and up to bat now is number 21, Vilas.
Looks like he's going for the bunt.
And you can see right there that the Apaches tried to pull off a trick play. In case you guys couldn't see that, Casey Spencer hid the ball in his glove and pretended to throw the ball away. And both the second baseman and center fielder started chasing almost after nothing, but the Falcons unfortunately were able to catch on to that. That is a trick play that you don't see very often, but has recently started to get very popular. Number 21 shows bunt and gets it down. And they get the force out at third. A great job by Spencer defending his own position and helping himself out. And now up to bat for the Falcons is number 15, De Leon, who was hit by a pitch his last at bat. And the Falcons still have runners on first and second with 1 out. And the Falcons are making a pinch runner for the pitcher, Jamison Ferrero. Spencer delivers his first pitch of this at bat and getting it in there for a strike on the outside corner. Spencer still staying strong within all of these innings. We're not really sure how high his pitch count is, but I can't imagine it being anywhere low. And he throws a nasty pitch out the outside corner, making the count no balls and 2 strikes. Spencer here really trying to use all of his pitches right now to keep these Falcons off balance and hopefully keep them off the bases. And they go for the pickoff, and he gets in there safely. A very close play at second base. A great job by Mikey Easter.
You've been the worst. God damn, you're the worst.
And a lot of talk by this Apache crew. And the count is still 0-2. And he makes the hitter look foolish by getting him out on 3 straight strikes. A great job by Spencer using his command. And the Falcons now have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And now up to bat is number 16, Paynar. A great pitch by Spencer, delivering a pitch on the outside corner to get that in, for making the count no balls and 1 strike. And that is a high fly ball in the foul territory. Let's see if the right fielder can get there, and it drops right against the fence. The count is now at 0-2 once again. Casey Spencer really using all of this 0-2 count to bring his best stuff and hopefully make the hitters chase, not giving them anything too good for them to hit a shot with an 0-2 count. Spencer delivers to number 16. Runners are going, and all runners are safe, and the Falcons now have runners in scoring position with 2 outs. No attempt by Mikey Easter to get any of those runners out, but probably with a smarter decision, knowing that they have 2 outs, and the count is now 1-2. All Casey Spencer really needs right now is to bring his best stuff and hopefully get number 16 to either strike out or weak ground ball. And that is a little pop-up to the first baseman. Not a pop-up, I'm sorry, a chopper to the first baseman. And they get out of that jam.
See that play right now on the replay.
And as of right now, the score is still 5-4. Falcons leading just by 1. And the Apaches are definitely getting on their pitcher, getting a lot of chances to make this game even, or even start getting in the lead.
off for the Apaches, number 3, Matthew.
And now up to bat for the Apaches to start off the inning is number 3, Matthew McIntyre. McIntyre here looking to start something with a big swing and miss, making the count, no balls and 1 strike. And he takes ball 1 in the dirt, making the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. For this Apache team, and hopefully at least tie the game. These past few innings, both teams have been getting on base with nobody out. Either have really been looking to score, and he does just that by getting a base hit to left field. A line drive shot over the shortstop, right over to the left fielder to get himself a base hit. And now to bat for the Apaches is number 24, Ari Nurhadi. Like I just said, these past few innings, both teams have been doing such a good job on getting on base early on in the inning with nobody out, at least getting runners in scoring position. Yet either team have been able to get that run across the board.
Just great performances on behalf of the pitchers and the batters right now.
He takes ball 1 high and inside, making the count 1 ball and no strike. We mentioned earlier that he's not on the field, but he's actually the DH. And is really using his bat to make himself in the lineup and at least getting some playing time. And he watches ball 2 go by on the outside corner, making the count 2 balls and no strikes. Just right now, he should be looking for his perfect pitch to drive it somewhere.
Pretty hot. All right, let's go, Jim.
And that is 3 balls in a row, making it 3 balls and no strike. He really needs to be smart here. Just looking for that perfect pitch, the pitch that he can hit best to just drive somewhere and hopefully advance this runner on first. And that is a 4-pitch walk. Once again, these Apaches have gotten runners in first and second in scoring position with nobody out. And now up to bat in this situation is number 11, Devin Eskridge. Now the Apaches have runners on first and second with nobody out. And right now the Falcons have a force out at any base. So right now Eskridge really needs to drive the ball somewhere or at least get it out of the infield. And he takes strike 1 on the inside corner at knee level, making the count no balls and 1 strike. No pitch by the Falcon pitcher, Jamison Ferrero.
2 on, no outs. Let's go.
And Eskridge still stands at a no ball and 1 strike count. And that is a line drive shot in the gap, hoping to score this run. And he's going, and he is going to be safe. And we have a tie game, everybody.
The game and tie.
Such clutch hitting by by number 11, Julian Eskridge, to tie this game and score Matthew McIntyre, finally being able to get that early run across the board.
Absolutely stunning.
So much excitement by everybody in these stands.
The Arcadia audience here is ecstatic. And things may just be turning around for Arcadia right now.
And we see Arcadia is going to be putting a pinch runner for number 24, Ari Narati, who did a great job by adding onto the base runner list and being able to get on base early on in the inning. And now up to bat, we have number 51, Zachary Huerta, hoping to do something, at least advance the runner, because remember, we still have nobody out and a tied ball game. And right after him, we have the top of the line with the best 3 hitters of this team. Being able to advance these runners to second and third in scoring position with these next 3 hitters with only 1 out would be great for this Apache team. Hopefully being able to get some more insurance runs across the board.
The Arcadia crowd is breaking out into a chant of Seven Nation Army.
And Huerta shows bunt. And this Falcon first baseman is being very aggressive whenever these players show bunt very early, almost being within a few feet of them.
I think it's that commitment to just getting runners on the plates right now.
I don't know if you guys can see right now, but the Falcon first baseman is playing on the grass almost a few feet away from Huerta. And so far, Ferrero has not thrown a single pitch to our batter.
Let's go 5-1. Hey, no one better, babe.
And he shows bunt early again. Looking to see if Ferrero will finally throw a pitch, and he does. And he takes ball 1 in the dirt. Just a reminder that the Apaches currently have runners on first and second with nobody out. They have Huerta up to bat right now, and right after him, they have the 3 leadoff hitters and the 3 best hitters of this Apache lineup. He shows bunt early again, almost as a timing mechanism. The first baseman is right in his face. He pulls back and takes another ball high and outside, making his count 2 balls and no strikes. Right now, he should be looking for his best pitch to really drive somewhere. The Falcons do have a force out at any base, so Huerta really needs to get the ball out of the infield. And right now, the Falcon coach calls a timeout to hopefully calm down his team a little bit.
Especially since they margin.
Like we just touched on, we now have a tied ball game by very clutch hitting by number 11, Eskridge, really doing his best to just put the ball in play. Not too hard, but not soft enough either, to a point where Matthew McIntyre, who is scoring from second, to tie this game.
We said before, you know, it was always gonna be a very close coming into this crucial match. Runners on right now.
Puerta has shown an early bunt every single pitch of his at-bat, pulling back and chopping it over the second base pitcher and safe. Maybe not the best thing that he wanted, but just enough to advance the runner to third base and being safe himself. And now the Apaches now have runners on first and third with only one out. And now we have the top of our order coming up with the best three hitters. And up to bat right now, hitting off is number 34, Brandon Nguyen. Nguyen got a base hit, just his last at-bat, and has made good contact every single at-bat, looking to add on to that. And right now, he's in a situation where he has a runner on first and third, and he takes strike one on the inside corner.
Get your pitch, B.
And they attempt to pick off at first base. Nguyen's count stands at no balls and one strike, really hoping to drive the ball somewhere and hopefully take the lead for what would be the second time of this ball game. A huge hack and fouls the ball back out of the field. His count is now at 0-2. Really needs to protect you with anything close, hoping to at least put the ball in play to score this run. Lots of chance for Brandon right here. And that hits him. And that hits him in the arm, and now there's a huge argument where that clearly hit him in the wrist. And the umpire called that a foul ball off the knob of his bat, and he is showing the umpire the obvious seams. He is actually showing the umpire the seams on his arm from getting hit by that pitch, and the umpire is not believing him and is still calling that a foul ball. Right now, if they were to give Nguyen this hit by pitch, it would be bases loaded with only one out, able to give Alex Dolan an opportunity to drive some runs home.
Focus, B, let's go.
And they are still calling that a foul ball, leaving his count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Really needs to protect with anything here. And does a great job at holding up and making the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Correction, that would be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still needing to protect right here. A great situation for this hitter right now. Huge chance for Brandon right now. And that is deep!
It's going!
It's going and going!
Wow.
And it's
It's good! Oh man!
No, it's not. It bounces off of the track, and that is a
That is
double!
another run! Oh man!
That looked as if it was to be going gone and over the right field fence. And he is on the ground and he is injured.
Another win, another run, but at what cost?
Brandon Nguyen is one of the top hitters and athletes for this whole roster. An injury for him right now, considering the games, his next few games, it will be crucial. And he is still on the floor.
It looks bad. Hoping he can get up and fight on.
How are you? Hey, good job, D.
He is up and running. Unfortunately, he was called out at second for taking his foot off the bag, but still super excited going into this dugout. Seeming like the injury had no effect on him at all.
Yeah, team is down.
And the Apaches have taken the lead for the second time this game with an RBI by Brandon Nguyen. Great job really protecting with 2 strikes on him. And now to bat is number 1, Alex Dolan. And that is fouled off to the Falcon dugout, making his count no balls and 1 strike. You know, looking back at all the stats from this game, Brandon Nguyen has been in a lot of these interesting plays, both defensively and offensively. And that is a dribbler to the shortstop using his feet, and he is safe! Dolan using his feet to beat out a routine grounder to shortstop, scoring another run, making this game 7-5.
Absolutely amazing. It seems like the tides are finally turning in Arcadia's favor.
You know, Alex Dolan has definitely been said to be one of the fastest players on the team, and he definitely showed out. The ball wasn't hit hard, but it seemed like a ground ball for the shortstop. And Dolan it out by a step. And now to bat for the Apaches is number 28, Mikey Easter, the Hawaii Pacific College commit. And a big swing and miss as the first pitch comes to him, making the count no balls and 1 strike.
You know, even with that, the Arcadia crowd hyper energetic on their feet. This is an incredible scene right here.
And a pickoff attempt at first base. The Falcon pitching staff still continuing to try to pick up all of these runners on base, but hasn't succeeded yet. Mikey Easter a no ball and 1 strike count with 2 outs and a runner on first base. And a ball in the dirt. Great job by the Falcons catcher to keep that ball in front of him. Alex Dolan has great speed, but with that ball dribbling just a few feet away from the catcher, wasn't able to utilize it and hopefully get into scoring position. Another pickoff attempt. And you guys can feel it through the screen that this is one of the most intense games the Apaches have played this season. Coming into this game, not many of us thought this would be such a high-scoring game, but right now the Apaches are leading 7-5. And another pickoff attempt, the 3rd time in Easter's at bat.
CV is just definitely recognizing the potential of these hitters, especially Mikey Easter right here.
Mikey Easter is said to be one of the top hitters in this entire Apache roster. And
The best one with a batting average of 500 entering into this game.
And he takes strike 2, making his count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Let's go, Clara.
Another pickoff attempt. The 4th one in this at-bat.
CV just doesn't want Mikey East to even lay his on that ball.
Hopefully Ferrero will deliver a pitch right here to Easter. And he does. And a big swing and miss. And the Apaches have had an impressive inning, taking this lead for the second time of the game with a score of 7-5. Great clutch hitting at the perfect times.
All right, hello everyone. So right now the score is CV at 5 and Arcadia at 7. Giselle, so what have been the strengths and weaknesses of each team so far? Even though this is a very competitive game.
You know, it's definitely one of the most intense games of this season. It is obvious that both teams of bats are definitely alive and they're getting on each other's pitchers. But the Apache pitcher, Casey Spencer, is still in this game. And can you really complain that he's been doing a great job commanding his pitches and keeping these Falcons hitters off balance?
Exactly, but so is Noah Maddox as well. They've definitely made sure, given these each team's batters, the rival team's batters a tough time, and but at least on Arcadia's side, we have Mikey Easter. Was it McIntyre, right? And then.
Yeah, so exactly every single hitter 1 through 9 in this lineup is definitely delivering and helping out each other out. And this is definitely just going to be a great ball game, everybody. And now up to bat for the Falcons is sorry about that, is number 4. His count is now at no balls and 2 strikes. And just off the plate to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Definitely getting some feedback on the Apache side. A lot of Spencer's pitches and 0-2 or 1-2 count has definitely been close. But the umpires are keeping the zone tight and definitely making it even for both teams. And there was no swing on that, making the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yet again, another great pitch by Spencer on a 1-2 count. But number 4 was just able to hold up on that. There you got it, another strikeout to add to Spencer's list. retiring number 4 for the Falcons. And now up to bat for the Falcon lineup is number 2, Terenzi. Terenzi having a great game so far, with going 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. He watches ball 1 go by, making the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer yet again is still out there and still is not holding back, definitely showing that he still has a lot of gas left in that tank. And another close pitch, but does not get the call, making the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Spencer's definitely painting the corners right here, but the umpire is keeping his zone tight and not giving Casey Spencer the calls that he pretty much wants. And a swing and a miss for number 2, Terenzi, making the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer right now is not letting up and not slowing down. And another very close pitch. You can definitely see some feedback and disagreement in the Apache dugout. And Terenzi's count starts at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer looking to retire another Falcon. And he fouls that straight back. A great pitch by Spencer to keep him alive in this count. And there it is, another strikeout. Spencer is not letting back one bit. And the Apaches now have nobody on base with 2 outs, cutting the streak with runners in scoring position with nobody out. And now up to bat for the Falcons.
Apaches really getting. Oh, sorry.
Number 11, Resencio.
Just are really getting their rhythm on right now. You can definitely feel it with Casey Spencer clearing out those bases.
That is a deep fly ball in the left center gap, and Brandon is right under it, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Casey Spencer. Definitely showing a lot of hype and excitement. A great job by every single fielder in this lineup. Backing up Spencer is definitely not letting up and does not seem like he is getting out of this game anytime soon.
Arcadia Apaches, right fielder number 14, Julian Eskridge.
Now up to bat to start the bottom of the 6th inning is number 14, Julian Eskridge. And he takes ball high and inside for ball 1, making the count 1 ball and no strikes. The Apaches so far have gone the last few innings with runners in scoring position with nobody out and looking to add on to that streak. And he takes a high strike, off-speed pitch, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Apaches are still leading 7-5. And that is a ball in the dirt. Eskridge still able to hold up on that pitch, making the count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he's really looking to just get the ball in play and hopefully add another base runner early on in the inning. And he fouls that straight back right on it. But a great cut and a great piece of hitting by Eskridge right now with the 2-strike approach. And that is a high fly ball. Shortstop and second base almost colliding, and that will be the first of the inning for the Falcons. And now up to bat for the Apaches is number 13, Danny Chavez. And if things keep going this way, we should be ending the ballgame pretty soon, as we are already in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that is chopped to the third baseman, looking to beat it out, and he is out by a few steps. Great play by the Falcons' third baseman, charging that and throwing on the run. And this is probably one of the fastest innings the Falcons have had in quite some time. And now up to bat for the Apaches is number 3, Matthew McIntyre. And he takes strike 1 on the inside corner, making his count no balls and 1 strike. McIntyre has had an impressive game so far at the plate with a few base hits and definitely some clutch hitting, and he takes a big swing and miss, making him fall behind at no balls and 2 strikes. Really has to use a 2-strike approach now to protect anything close to the plate. And he watches ball 1 in the dirt, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. He really wants to extend this inning to let number 24, Ari Narhadi, who's on deck, add on to the space running or maybe even the lead. And a big swing and miss. The very first 1-2-3 outing for Ferrero for the first time in a while, and CV seems to be loving it. And we are heading to the 7th inning with a score of 7-5, and the Arcadia Apaches are leading. Honestly, just a great outing by both teams, and Casey Spencer is looking to close out this game.
Some additional facts we didn't get to about Casey Spencer. He's a LaSalle transfer, actually. He throws 87 to 90 miles per hour. This is actually his first year of the Arcadia team. Previously, he hurt his shoulder from being a batter. Sorry about that. So yeah, even with that injury, he's still performing terrifically tonight.
And we are starting the top of the 7th inning, and the Arcadia Apaches are leading by 2. And all Spencer needs is to keep up what he's been doing and get a 1-2-3 outing, and the Apaches will have won this ball game. So all Spencer really needs is to keep it up. He's been doing great, getting 1-2-3 outs the past few innings. And right here, he really needs to depend on his defense behind him, as he has pitched a full 7 innings. And first up to bat for the Crescenta Valley Falcons will be number 20, Noah Maddox. The Falcons, however, have the heart of their lining coming up with the 2, 3, 4 hitters. And he watches strike one go by. A great job by Spencer to start off this inning strong. And that is lined foul down the first base line. Great piece of hitting by Maddox, but now his count falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Spencer really needs to bring it right here and make sure he doesn't give him anything too good for him to hit somewhere hard. And that is fouled off to the track. His count remains at no ball and 2 strikes. Spencer delivers the payoff pitch, and that is a high fly ball in foul territory. First baseman seems to be under it, and he does, and that will be the very first out of the top of the 7th inning. Just 2 more outs, and the Apaches will have won this ball game. And now up to bat for the Crescenta Valley Falcons will be number 18, Cuneo. He watches ball 1 high and outside. Spencer, so far, we cannot say it enough that he is doing an amazing job with his pitch command. And just like that, we are tied at 1-1 with a 1-1 count as Cuneo swings and misses on that one. And that is fouled off high and back and out of play. He falls behind 1-2. And Spencer right here in a situation that he's not unaware of. And Spencer looks to deliver the payoff pitch. And that is a strikeout looking for number 18. And just 1 more out, these Apaches have won this ball game. A great job by Spencer. An amazing pitch to get that 2nd out.
Back row of the Apache stands right here, waiting and for that.
Now to bat for the Falcons is number 22, Jamison Ferreira, and he grounds that one through the 5-6 hole. The first base runner the Falcons have had in a while. However, the Apaches have no harm done to them as they have 2 outs and are still leading by 2 runs. And now up to bat for the Falcons will be number 21, Velas.
It is the 7th inning. Our score bug is a little incorrect here.
And a great off-speed pitch to start of this at-bat, getting it in there for a strike, making the count no balls and one strike. And the Apaches have won this
And
game.
they will
Gloves
won.
are flying. A great job by the Arcadia Apaches. Such an amazing game.
And they have
Winning
just
this over the Crescenta Valley Falcons in dog pile right in the middle of the field.
won a Pacific League title.
And the Arcadia Apaches are hyped. Everybody in the stands are standing. Coaches are happy. Coaches are screaming. And such an amazing game and such an amazing comeback by these Arcadia Apaches, showing their resilience and what they've really got.
This is their second Pacific title in a row. An absolutely energetic and stunning game right here, Giselle.
All right, you saw it here, folks, and you see the team behind us super hyped and super excited to have won their second Pacific League title for the second year in a row. One of the best games we've definitely seen, and one of the best games that this team has competed in so far.
You can see right there, ecstatic.
And you can see them right here.
APN's very own Harrison Myers.
Honestly, just such an amazing game for all of us to experience. Apache boys.
Definitely, yeah. Casey Spencer holding up, making sure that score.
See,
Keep going, Giselle.
and a great job by our boys. You saw it here, folks. Thank you all for joining in, and we hope you enjoyed.
My name is Lawrence.
And I'm Giselle.
See you later.